Today I'm going to talk about the importance of a spoil board for a CNC. Now, if you're new to CNC technology, maybe you've watched some videos and you've heard that terminology, but maybe don't quite understand exactly what it is. Today I'm going to talk through what it is and the importance of it for your CNC. A spoil board essentially is insurance. Insurance that you don't ruin the top of your CNC. I don't know what it costs to replace this, but I really don't want to find out, quite frankly. I spent a lot of money on this CNC and I really don't want to ruin it. So we go out and we spend money on 3/4 inch MDF material to help protect our top of our CNC. So we know one of the main reasons why we have a spoil board is to protect the top of the CNC. The other reasons why we have spoil boards is to ensure that our sheet goods or whatever we're cutting on the CNC is nice and flat. To ensure that the spoil board is nice and flat, we mill the top of the spoil board with a slab flattening bit. Usually the first time that we get the spoil board in, and we do maintenance when we have a lot of cuts that have been performed on the spoil board and now it looks like a riddled mess. The reasons why we want to make sure that this spoil board is nice and flat, other than the fact that you're cutting pockets on your material, you want those pockets to be even all the way across. We also want to make sure that the vacuum table is able to hold down the material properly. If we have a lot of cuts on the top of the spoil board, the suction might not be perfect, and then if we have parts that are small, they might want to move around a little bit. The other reason, which is the main reason why I surface my spoil board quite often, is if I'm cutting cabinet parts and I have a cabinet part that is an exposed side that you see when you walk into a kitchen, I want to make sure that those cuts on those parts are crisp. If I have a sheet of plywood laying on this top of the CNC and I'm making my cuts, that bit is going down through the material to the spoil board. If there's too many previous cut marks on the CNC itself, you may have a little bit of tear out on that part that you're cutting. So it's imperative that if you're cutting parts and you really need to make sure that the cut is really precise and it doesn't have tear out, really need to spend the time and surface your spoil board ahead of time. So you might ask, how often do I mill the top of my spoil board? Well, for me, I do it probably once every other day, just based on what material I'm cutting. If I'm cutting a lot of cabinet parts or doing a lot of work, I might do it more often. But if the shop is slow, maybe it's winter time and there's not a lot of activity going on, I might do it once a week. We typically start off with a 3/4 inch MDF board, and it's these 3 pieces that are on here now to cover my 5 foot by 10 foot cutting space. We start off with that 3/4 inch piece. We will mill it initially to make sure that it is flat from the factory, and then I might take it down to maybe as low as about 1/4 inch before I replace the spoil board with a new sheet. One other thing that I wanted to specify is the MDF is a very porous material. Obviously, it's being used as a spoil board because the vacuum table allows the suction to come through the top of the material to hold down whatever we're cutting on the top. We live in the middle of the United States where it can be very humid. When that happens, the porous material that is MDF tends to want to move. So you may occasionally get a little bit of a bow in your spoil board. So what you'll need to do in those situations is maybe flip it so that way the crown is this way as opposed to this way. That way the vacuum can suck it down. You can mill the spoil board to make sure it's nice and flat. If you don't, what you may have happen is the milling process for taking the spoil board down to be flat, it may mill more on the outer wings where that board might be sticking up. So it's imperative that you kind of watch for that as you're setting up your CNC and milling your spoil board. This is the bit that I use for milling my spoil board. It's a 3-inch slab flattening bit. The nice thing about this particular bit is it has the same kind of technology that a helical head planer might have, where the blade actually has 4 sides, so we can remove the little screw, turn it if we find that the blades are dull. So you get 4 turns out of this particular guy, and then you can order additional blades for it, and then that way that's really all you have to replace. I think this guy was maybe, I don't know, close to $200 for that guy, not the collet, but the actual blade itself. So that's what I use. I use it for not only flattening my spoil board, but I also use it for flattening slabs for live edge tables, or other kind of milling that we may need to do in the shop. So from here, I think I'll show you maybe a little bit of the actual machine doing the milling process. It might be boring, so if you click off and go about your day watching other videos, no harm, no foul. If you do want to sit and watch it, it can kind of be a little satisfying maybe watching it go through its process. If you found some value in this video, I'd appreciate a subscribe. Ring that notification bell so that way when I put new videos out on this topic or other topics, you'll be notified. This will be kind of a series of CNC basics that we're going to put out. Look for the other videos. We have videos on the startup, we have videos on the vacuum table itself, and we'll have some other videos come out about maintaining the machine itself. So thanks for watching.